Let's see. All right. Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I am live. Hey, everyone. All right. How's everyone doing, IG? Still taking a moment for Facebook and YouTube to pop on, but how's everyone doing? How are your holidays? Y'all know it's my favorite thing to do to look into a cell phone and talk. But how's everyone doing? All right, no one's talking back to me. Okay, I'm coming. Let's see. I am live. All right, yep, I'm live here. This is, I don't know, it looks a little different. All right, y'all just give me a few minutes. It's 7:02. I'm going to start talking in about 3 minutes. Hey, Sophie. Good to see you. It's good to see everyone. Really good to see everyone. Um, Excuse me, sir. Can you jump on Facebook Curl House or YouTube Curl House and make sure I'm live? I think I am. It's just coming up a little different. Oh, wait, no, you don't have to. Hey, guys. Okay, everyone's popping in. Hey, April, I'm glad you made it. Welcome. I'm doing great. Hey, Myra, welcome. I see everyone, all of my YouTube people. I see very, very familiar names. It's good to see everyone. I am on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at one time. How you like them apples? How you like those apples? So fantastic. YouTube changes things. Yes, they do, Regina. They switch it up on me and I get so confused. But I'm live, so I'm good there. I'm good on Instagram. So welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I know I look like, what is it, a minion? I had these ring lights in my eyes. I wore my glasses. My contacts did not arrive today on time. So I had to wear my glasses and I look like a minion. So y'all bear with me. Okay. But we're going to roll anyway. So I really just wanted to jump on just for a few minutes because I miss y'all. I don't think I've been live in has it been a year? I don't know if it's been a year, but it's been a while because I really started posting a lot of content. So when I started posting more videos, then I stopped going live as much. But I really, really wanted to jump back on. I actually really wanted to go live right after the holidays to tell you all thank you. I like for the Thanksgiving holiday. Oh my God, I sold out of my products, y'all. Thank you. So I wanted to go live to thank everyone who supported me, who purchased products. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I had the audacity to get sick. I got sick, so I couldn't go live 2 weeks ago. So I said, you know what? I'm feeling better. I'm going to go live. I'm going to check in. I know a lot of people purchased a lot of products. Like I said, I sold out for the Black Friday weekend. Yes. So I thought, and a lot of new people purchased products. So I said, let me go live. Let me check in and see if y'all got questions. So I am going to talk just a little bit about the product line. I want to make sure for the people who used it, you know how to use it. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. I want to make sure that I answer all of your questions tonight. If you have any questions about your natural hair, about hair loss, about thinning hair, or even lifestyle, because y'all know my focus now is healthy body. So even if you have any lifestyle questions, anything, y'all can drop them below. So that's really what I wanted to do today. I didn't have anything planned. Hey, Danny, welcome. So again, for those of you all who purchased the products, thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me just first start out by telling you just a little bit about, I would say, the origin of the Curl House product line. If y'all haven't figured it out by now, my favorite color is purple. And then after purple is pink. And then after pink is red. So I like deep, deep colors. So these are my favorite colors. But let me just tell you a little bit about the origin of the product line. And then I'll talk to you a little bit about it. And then if y'all have questions, just drop them below. JLJ, welcome, 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 welcome. Anyway, so I'm a trichologist. If y'all don't know what a trichologist is by now, that means I specialize in hair loss and scalp disorders. That's my thing. But prior to becoming a trichologist, I was a natural hairstylist or a licensed cosmetologist specializing in natural hair for many, many years. I noticed that a lot of my clients were starting to lose their hair. They were dealing with like hair loss. And I thought years ago, in my ignorance, I thought that, okay, people are losing their hair because they had a relaxer. I was wrong. That's not the reason people are losing their hair. Yes, over processing and other things due to relaxer may result in hair loss, but that's not the reason women, particularly Black women, are losing our hair. So I went to school so that I can learn how to treat my clients. That was years ago. Fast forward now, a lot of the products, even in school, that was recommended that we use to treat hair loss, like Rogaine. Are y'all familiar with Rogaine? That's what a lot of dermatologists will recommend. Rogaine is the only FDA approved like medicine for hair loss. So that's the only thing I really learned about when I was in school. But I realized that Rogaine had a lot of chemicals in it. It's once you stop using it, your hair comes out. A lot of people, they deal with itchy scalps using Rogaine. Women who use Rogaine, a lot of times they have get hair in unwanted places, like they get a beard and stuff like that, or they get whiskers. Like I have some whiskers under here. Okay, focus. So anyway, I so I decided to create my own product line, which is the Curl House Hair Restoration product line. How do you feel about wash and goes for 4C hair? Okay, I see y'all questions. Y'all can drop y'all questions. I promise you I'm gonna get to them. So I created my own product line, and before COVID, to purchase the Curl House product line, you had to be one of my clients. So I didn't just take to the internet and just took my Curl House hair restoration line and just sold it to the masses. I didn't do that because as a trichologist, I know that restoring your hair has more to do with what's going on within your body. So it's not, you can't just take up one product and that is the answer to all of your hair loss problems. That is just not true. Now, it may be the answer for some, but the majority of people, it's other things going on within the body. So I was very hesitant to release like this whole product line to the masses. And I didn't want this message that take this one bottle of growth drops and this is going to be your answer if you have underlying issues. But with COVID and with all the changes, I decided, okay, let me go ahead and release it. So I released the product line, but for me, it's more important for you to be educated about your hair, about hair growth, and how it all fits together. So that's a little bit of the backstory of the product line. So let me tell you how it all works together, y'all. So the product line contains 5 products. The shampoo. So the shampoo is designed for the scalp. Y'all know the shampoo is designed for the scalp? Do y'all know that? Y'all know shampoo is for the scalp? Okay, so this product in particular is designed, it's called the Follicle Stimulating Growth Shampoo. It has some amazing ingredients in it that really do help to stimulate growth. So if you purchase the Follicle Stimulating Growth Drops, you get the best results when you let it sit on your scalp for about 5 minutes. Wet your hair down, put it on your scalp like you're greasing your scalp, and let it sit for about 5 minutes. You want those ingredients to kind of like activate to work, and then massage it in the scalp. It is not a high lather shampoo. It is a low lather shampoo designed for your scalp, but that's how you get the best results for this shampoo. After you use the shampoo, if you purchase the conditioner, you put the conditioner in, you can actually put the conditioner on your scalp and your hair. A lot of the ingredients that's in the shampoo is also in the conditioner. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about the ingredients because I will be here all night, but it's a great conditioner. You can use it as a deep treatment. I always use it as a deep treatment, and I sit under a hooded dryer to get the best results from it. Sitting under a hooded dryer. You don't have to sit under the hooded dryer, but you can. Afterwards, for those of you who purchase The leave-in conditioner. Now, the leave-in conditioner, this is a light leave-in conditioner. It is not really, really heavy at all. You can layer it with a thicker conditioner, particularly because it's getting cold outside, it's drier outside. You may need something heavier than a spray leave-in. But I designed this leave-in conditioner because when I treated my clients with hair loss, I would go through this whole amazing process of cleansing their scalp and doing all this stuff to their scalp, right? They had a clean scalp. And then with natural hair, y'all know our hair is dry, so I had to put some type of moisturizer on the hair. But everything that I had was just too heavy for the scalp. So I didn't want to go through this process of like exfoliating the scalp, cleansing the scalp, releasing, just getting all the buildup off the scalp, and then turn around and put a thick moisturizer, creamy moisturizer on the scalp to reclog the scalp. That is why I created this lightweight leave-in conditioner. It also has lavender in it. So a lot of the oils and botanicals in it is really designed for hair growth. This is a lavender scent. That is intentional for different reasons. Part of it, lavender is excellent for hair growth. And lavender is, guess what, y'all? It is calming. It is soothing. When you're dealing with hair and scalp issues, you need to be relaxed. And that's the purpose of, in addition to the benefits to the scalp, it also helps to calm you down as well, the leave-in conditioner. And afterwards, these are my babies. The follicle stimulating growth the follicle stimulating growth drops. These would be like number one. This is the number one selling product. And this is all about the scalp. It is no oil in it. I see y'all questions. I'm gonna get to y'all questions. There's no oil in the follicle stimulating growth drops. It's water-based. And the reason that is because a lot of people who are dealing with hair and scalp issues, they apply so much oil to the scalp. Like, you're killing it with the oil. Now, not all oil is bad. Don't get me wrong. But you know how we do. We were raised to oil your scalp. That's not true. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you don't have any scalp, I don't oil my scalp. Why do you do that? Your scalp produces oil itself. Your scalp was designed to take care of itself. But when there are imbalances within your body, it shows up in your scalp. So you could have dry scalp. Your scalp may not, it could be too oily or not oily enough. So that's when you have to oil your scalp, so to speak, if there's an imbalance within your body that's affecting your scalp. But otherwise, you don't have to do that. But anyway, this is why this is water-based. It is no oil in this. And a lot of times when you're dealing with scalp issues, there is a component where your scalp is dry. So water and the other ingredients in this helps you to moisturize your hair. So a lot of times we need moisture to our scalp, not necessarily oil. But not all oil is bad, but just in general, we have a tendency of doing that. Oh, thank you, love being me. It's true, Karen. Karen told me that years ago to do it. Yes, I did. Loving me at 40. I told you to do. What did I tell you to do? Loving me at 40. To stop oiling your scalp. Yeah, because you don't need to, right? So, okay, so this is the entire product line. When you use it, I guess synergistically, you do get the best results. And one thing that I didn't mention, hold on, something fell. Y'all forget, a lot of people forget about the tea. Okay. When you get the bundle, the follicle nourishing growth tea, it is a herbal tea. So you ingest it, right? You drink it. It has a lot of amazing ingredients in it that support growth from the inside out, not just hair growth, right? Supports your body. When your body is functioning properly, your hair will follow. So this is how I drink the tea. I steep it and I drink it cold. Now, my husband and my mother-in-law, they love it hot. I like coffee. The only thing that should be hot is coffee, not tea. So I drink it cold. But anyway, most people drink it hot. So anyway, that is how you use the product line. For those of you who are dealing with hair loss, I always tell people consistency. Consistency. It's not overnight, y'all. I do not promote my product line to grow your hair overnight. I don't do that. I've never done that. You have to be consistent. A little bit goes a long way. I have got tons of testimonies from people who are like, oh my gosh, it's working, but it's not overnight. I have had some testimonies I've posted. You'll start to get results when you're doing it consistently. Now, I could keep going on and on and on about hair loss and hair loss disorders, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna take some of your questions now. Now, some of your questions, somebody asked me, and if you have any additional questions, y'all let me know as well. Oh, well, let me go ahead and say this before I do the questions. I was going to say it later, but let me go ahead and say it. Because I am so passionate about hair growth and health and hair, rather. I'm passionate about health and hair. And I know that when you focus on your body, your hair will follow, y'all. That's just the way God created our body. So when you are focused on, if you have slow growing hair, if you can't figure out why your hair ain't growing, if your hair is breaking off, I tend to take that internal approach. What I'm doing next year, I am launching my very first class, a part of the Curl House Academy. Isn't that cute? Curl House Academy. And the class is going to be on health and hair. So I'm launching a virtual class next year. I put a link somewhere in here. If you are not on my email listserv, there it is. You can sign up for my email listserv so that you can get notifications about when that class is going to come out. It is my very first class, a part of Curl House Academy. Anyway, and it's on health and hairness. So if you're dealing with hair issues, it's going to go beyond my YouTube videos. If you're dealing with hair issues, slow growing hair, you don't know how to take care of your hair, you can't figure out why your hair is breaking, you don't know why your scalp is so dry, you may want to consider this class. And it's on health and hair because it takes a holistic approach. Okay, that was my announcement. If you haven't signed up for my email listserv, please do so. I put the link above, or you can drop your email in the comments and I'll add you. Okay, let us roll. Let's see. Somebody asked, well, hold on, let me go to the top. I'm up here because I'm looking at both. Let's see. Instagram, somebody wants to know. Let's see. Somebody saw women growing beards using Rogaine. Yes, absolutely. I've seen it all the time. So someone wants to know, I need help with my natural hair. I need someone who knows how to care for a Black girl, 3B and 4C hair. I have a few people for you. Is that McKay? I don't know if I'm McKay. It's not Michaela. Maka. Are you in the Richmond area? If you are in the Richmond area, I can recommend, I have someone, but the telephone number is in. Let me see the telephone number. DM me because I have, it's a few people that I recommend now because I don't do hair now. One person is Donica, one person is Jarrell, another person is Anjanae and Deasia. But because their telephone numbers are in my phone, I can't get them for you. But if you DM me, I will give you a recommendation. I'll reply back with those stylist names. Okay. And let's see, how often should you wash your hair? That's the same person. Now, in general, in terms of how often you should wash your hair, in general, I recommend you wash your hair about once a week. That's in general. Once a week, every 7 to 10 days, or for some people, you can go up to 14 days. But I encourage you to get in the habit of doing it regularly. Now, this doesn't mean for those of you all who are in protective styles, you may go a month. And that's fine if you're doing that occasionally in a protective style. But generally speaking, I recommend every 7 to 10 days. So like get in the habit of cleansing your hair and your scalp. All right. Somebody else, said, okay, Glen Allen, DM me and I'll send you the person that's closer to that area. Jarrell is the person in Glen Allen. You can look up Jadore, Jadore. He is on Instagram. But if you DM me, I'll send you his information. All right. So let's see. Somebody else wants to know, how do you feel about wash and goes for 4C hair? That's Lena Marie. How do you feel about wash and goes for 4C hair? A wash and go is a hairstyle. So I think a wash and go is fine for 4C hair. Actually, anybody, any texture can do a wash and go. A wash and go. This is a wash and go, right? So a wash and go, it's just the text, it's just a technique rather. It's a technique. I have a ton of videos on how to do a wash and go where basically you are capturing your curl wet, dry. So you're applying product to your hair when your hair is wet, and when it's dries, it's going to lock in that curl. That's generally speaking. Now, anybody can do it regardless if you have 4C, 3B, 4A, it doesn't matter. But everyone's wash and go doesn't look the same. So when you do your wash and go, generally speaking, what your hair looks like when it's saturated wet, then it will look like that when it's dry, or similar to that when it's dry. Some people, in terms of their hair texture, their hair doesn't look, the curl doesn't look very defined wet, so it's probably not going to look super defined dry. Products, styling gels, styling mousses also help with that too. So I feel like anybody can rock a wash and go, but your hair is going to look like your hair. So Loving Me at 40 wants to know, will her hair look like mine with 4C hair? Loving Me at 40, no. Your hair is not going to look like mine. Your hair is going to look like yours. Your hair is not going to look like mine. It's not going to look like your sister's. It's not going to look like anybody else's but your own. So I have done wash and goes with 4C hair, and the hair is gorgeous. But again, it is your hair. So it all depends on what your hair looks like. It's not going to look like anybody else's but your own. So yes, you absolutely can do a wash and go with 4C hair. Now, if you don't like the way it looks, then you can do things such as twist outs to give more definition if you feel like you don't have enough definition with your wash and go. Okay, and you also wanted to know about using oil on your hair. Is it beneficial at all? I like using oil. Now, oil is one of those things where oil on the hair to me is fine, because oil on the hair, particularly if you are using it over a moisturizer, it can lock in that moisturizer and make your moisturizer last longer from evaporating. So moisturizer is just water. It's a water-based product, right? So when you put a water-based product in your hair, what does water do? Water evaporates. So if you add a little oil over your water-based product, it's just going to keep your moisturized, it's going to keep your hair moisturized a little bit longer. It also gives your hair like lubrication. It gives your hair sheen. So I am definitely not opposed to oil in the hair at all. I don't think you need a lot of oil. And it also depends on your porosity as well. So there are different types of oils for different types of porosities too. Some people don't like the thicker oil, because ultimately it may weigh your hair down. So the oil that I typically recommend, because you can kind of use it for any porosity, is jojoba oil. Jojoba oil mimics the natural oil that your scalp produces anyway. So your scalp produces sebum. And because of our curls, it's harder for that sebum that it's produced here to travel down your entire hair shaft. So as a result, our hair is not properly lubricated with our natural sebum. So which is why you can add oil. Our hair actually loves oil. So I'm not opposed to oil at all. But depending on the type of oil, you do need to make sure that when you cleanse your hair, because oil can build up on your hair, which is part of the reason why you should get in the habit of washing your hair regularly. Okay, I am. All right. Okay, so I'm popping back up here to Instagram, y'all. Definitely works. Okay, somebody wants to know how to best take care of mature women's hair going through menopause or perimenopause. So the person who asked that, the person who asked how to best take care of mature women's hair going through menopause. Okay, so I don't have a lot of details about that question, but please, if you have additional information, or if I'm not answering the question correctly, just drop a comment down. Mature women's hair going through menopause. So if you're going through menopause, is your hair turning gray going through menopause? Is your hair shedding? Is the texture changing? So is it getting thinner? So if you are experiencing any of those things, the mature woman going through menopause, in terms of taking care of your hair, there are a few things that you can do. If you are going gray, if you're going gray going through menopause, that means your hair is drier. Then dry gray hair needs moisture. So I was just talking to a friend of mine. I don't know if she's up here, Miss Blue, and she was saying her hair is going gray and it's so different now. Right. When you go through menopause, and if you're menopause, if you're going gray going through menopause, your sebaceous gland is not producing the same amount of sebum. And sebum, again, is that natural lubrication for your hair. And if that's the case, then it's going gray and it's dry. So, and the porosity level is changing. So, whereas generally speaking, when your hair is darker, this is generally speaking, y'all, your hair may be low porosity. As your hair turns gray, then the porosity level may change and it's high porosity, and it may be higher porosity. So as a result, you may need to moisturize your hair with a thicker moisturizer and put more oil in it to keep your hair from losing the moisture. I did a whole YouTube video on high porosity and low porosity hair. Now, so in other words, you need to moisturize with a thicker, creamier moisturizer. Now, y'all know I love my leave-in conditioner, but it is a lightweight leave-in conditioner. So some of you all just may need something heavier, something thicker, something creamier, and which is what I do, particularly with all my gray in the front. I have to put something a little thicker on. I put on a little bit of oil. You do more treatments. So make sure you do your deep conditioning treatments if you're dealing with gray hair. If your perimenopause or your menopause is causing you to thin, so if that's your question, if you're dealing with thinning hair, then the first thing that you do, you have to attack it from the inside first. So the first thing in terms of your foods, perimenopause just means your estrogen level is changing, it's decreasing. So, and that may be in part why your hair may be thinning. So I don't recommend, I'm not a doctor, let me put that disclaimer out there. So I'm not going to recommend any type of hormone replacement therapy or anything like that. But I always say attack stuff with your foods, right? So if you're getting lower in your estrogen, you can eat estrogen rich foods to help to increase the estrogen within your body. So attack it within. A lot of the estrogen rich foods, you can Google it, but a lot of it is in your fresh fruits and vegetables. So that's how you attack it internally. If it is getting thinner, then of course the estrogen rich foods, making sure your blood flow is proper in terms of blood flow circulation. That's usually through your exercise and through. So once you take that internal approach, you always take the external approach too. And that's when you can apply products topically to your scalp to help to increase blood flow, to help to thicken the hair and to keep it growing while you're going through menopause. Because when you're going through menopause, your hormones are all over the place. So with your hormones being all over the place, it does affect hair growth. So you can have, there are a lot of products out there on the market that promote growth. But the follicle stimulating growth drops, these drops are designed specifically for people who are dealing with thin hair, or if you're not dealing with thin hair, it really helps you to regrow your hair at the fastest rate possible for you. So that's me showing my integrity. It's not, if your hair only grew, let's see, a half an inch a month, because that's what is genetically possible for you. Applying a product to your scalp is not going to do something that your genetics won't allow. But anyway, that's how you deal with perimenopause hair. If you're dealing with thinning, make sure you take an internal approach with the foods that you're eating. Make sure that you are doing deep treatments to your hair to keep it hydrated if it's gray or if it's drying out. Deep treatments, make sure you are moisturizing your hair and sealing your hair, particularly if it's gray. Sealing the hair really helps to keep it moisturized longer. And if you are dealing with like super dry hair, and this is something that I'm dealing with for those of you who have been following me, and I'm gonna do another video on what I'm doing with my hair. You have protective styles and then you have low manipulation styles. So there are two different types of styles. Protective styles, my opinion, those styles, you got your braids, you got your twists. Once it's done, you do nothing to it. Then you have low manipulation styles like this. A wash and go would be a low manipulation style if you're not constantly manipulating it, if you're not touching it every day. And so it is a low manipulation style, because when your hair is dry, or if the texture is changing when you're going through menopause, then your hair is more susceptible to breaking. So you need to treat your hair with like extra TLC. And a part of that is not touching it as much, because the more you're touching it and manipulating it and combing it and retwisting it, the more inclined it is to snap off. I hope I answered that question, because that was a long answer. Okay, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna look down here. Do gel edge products weaken your edges? Products that weaken your edges are products that contain like a high amount of like drying products, like alcohol, for example. And using alcohol on the edges some edge control products may have like alcohol that can be drying to your edges. So you can use them. My thing is use stuff in moderation. So if you're using edge control products, it's fine if you use them in moderation. So what I tell people, our hair, I don't have on no edge control. I don't have on nothing. All your natural hair wants to do is just be curly. That's all it wants to do. But we want to lay stuff down and slick it down. I get it, because I do it too. But if you're doing it all the time, and if your edge control has a lot of drying products in it, then yes, it may weaken your edges. However, what weakens your edges even more is tight hairstyles. So I would definitely be more aware of styles that pull on your edges. Like if you're getting braids or twists, and if you got a headache, then it's too tight. Or if you see bumps, then it's too tight. Or if you get your hair braided and you can't pull it back in a ponytail on day one, then it's too tight. So that weakens your edges even more than edge control products. So just be mindful of what type of, there are a lot of products out there on the market. They're not necessarily all natural ingredients for edge control products, but there are products that are better than others for edge control. So edge control, it may, but when you're using it in moderation, I think it's okay. All right, I'm coming up here. What type of deep treatment? So curly, naturally curly kinks. I like that name. That's cute. You want to know what type of deep treatment. So deep treatment, those are buzzwords, y'all. Buzzwords among hairstylists, not even among hairstylists, just buzzwords, period. Deep treatment just means that you sit under a hooded dry, you wet your hair. So when you wet your hair, that cuticle layer opens some. You apply your conditioner, whatever conditioner you have. This is the one I have, Curl House. But anything that you have under your sink, any conditioner, y'all. Now, some work better than others, but generally speaking, deep conditioner just means you wet your hair, you put on your favorite conditioner, you put on a plastic cap and sit under a hooded dryer, or you sit under a steamer. The heat or the steam, because when you put on a plastic cap, it creates the steam. If you have a steamer, then you don't need the plastic cap because the steam is going to go directly to your hair. It's going to open up that outer layer of your hair, which is the cuticle layer, and it's going to allow your product to penetrate from the inside out. That's all a deep conditioner is. And it's going to hydrate your hair even more. So that's what you can do to do. That's all a deep treatment is. Otherwise, when you put on your conditioner, you put your conditioner in, you comb it through, you rinse it out. That's fine too. But when you apply heat to it, or sometimes if you don't have a dryer, you can improvise. You can put that conditioner in and take a hot shower, and there you go. That's steam treatment. So you can improvise. So that's what a deep treatment is. And if you really want to be fancy, what you can do, you can take your conditioner and add a little bit of oil to it, like jojoba oil or even coconut oil, and add it to the conditioner and put it on your hair. Oh God, it feels amazing. I even add coconut oil. When I'm really getting fancy, y'all, I add coconut oil to this and sit under the hooded dryer. Whew, it's amazing. So that's what you can do to do your own deep conditioner. Okay, let me come up here. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. Great live. Okay. All right. I think I got my question. Okay, let me come on down here. Yes, April, I am preaching. Yes, I'm preaching. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hey, Sharon, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Okay, thoughts on using aloe vera gel and clay mask on natural hair. Aloe vera gel is fabulous. Aloe vera gel, I don't know if you're using it as a moisturizer or if you're using it as a styling product, but aloe vera gel is fantastic. It is great. Aloe vera is a humectant, which means it's an ingredient that helps your hair to draw and retain moisture. So if you look at some of your products, you may see aloe vera. I mean, it has a ton of benefits, but just in terms of your hair, it's an excellent moisturizer. I used to go out and get aloe vera gel and put a little water in it and mix it up. And this was back in the day, and I would just spray it in my hair as a moisturizer. Aloe vera gel and water. It is great for moisturizing the hair. And the same thing with clay masks. There are different types of clay masks, but when you're using that clay on the scalp and when it dries, it's kind of like, let me see if I can give an example. Like with different masks, like if we're thinking about if you're thinking about the hair strand, and I'm actually about to put out a video on YouTube on Saturday. I talked about a protein treatment. So I think about some clay masks similar to a protein treatment, even though they're not protein treatments. But if you're thinking about your hair strand, the outer layer of your strand is a cuticle layer. And that cuticle layer has layers. So if you think about like your blinds in your house or even shingles on a roof, that's how that cuticle layer lies. That's the way it looks if you look at it under a scope. And what happens due to just the natural process of our hair strand deteriorating due to just combing our hair. We put heat on our hair. We're constantly twisting and retwisting. We dye our hair. We bleach our hair. All the things that we do to our hair to weaken our hair, thereby weakening that cuticle layer, it makes the hair weak. So what a lot of clay masks will do, in addition to like protein will do, it will help to build up the outer layer of the hair, making your hair strong again. The outer layer of the hair actually protects the inner layer. So the inner layer is called the cortex layer. That's really where the strength of the hair is. But that strong part of the hair has that protective coat, which is the cuticle layer. So mask and protein treatments and stuff like that help that outer layer to stay strong so the hair doesn't break off. So to answer your question, I know that was a real long drawn out answer. Y'all know how extra I am. So yes, aloe vera gel and clay masks are great for natural hair. This is in general, because not all products were created equal. Okay, so let's see. I think we're good at Instagram. Let me come on down here to Linda. What do you think about ACV rinses during the conditioning process? Now, during the conditioning process, hold on, I got to think about that. Now, I typically recommend a rinse before well, when you say during the conditioning process, I wouldn't ACV rinse with conditioner. I don't know if I'm reading your hair correctly, but I wouldn't ACV rinse with the conditioner. You do it separate. So you don't want to cancel out the benefits of the ACV rinse if conditioner's in your hair. So what I typically do, I'll shampoo my hair, then I'll do it different ways depending on why I'm doing it. But well, y'all know I had metal damage to my hair that I'm still working on, but I did a full, like, straight up ACV rinse. First I did it before I washed my hair, then I washed it once, then I ACV rinsed, and then, because that's helping to really remove that buildup. So Linda, I would do the ACV rinse before the conditioner. So ACV, rinse your hair before the conditioner. This is if you're using ACV, like not the diluted with water, just ACV. You can rinse it through your hair. Then I would put on the conditioner and sit under the dryer, or then I would condition it. In terms of how to do that. So yeah, I am like pro ACV rinses. It's so many different ways to do it. But in terms of your question, if I'm reading it correctly, I wouldn't use it with a conditioner. I would just use it separate. So you do your ACV rinse that has this benefit, and then you have your cream conditioner that has this benefit, and you use it separate. Okay, April wants to know, do you need a liquid leave-in if you're using a cream moisturizer? So leave-ins and moisturizers are very similar. They're very similar. And sometimes we even use them interchangeably, like a leave-in conditioner and a cream moisturizer. Moisturizers, you can actually, so to answer your question, do you need one? No, you don't always need a liquid leave-in if you're using a cream moisturizer. You can either use one or the other, or you can layer them. So I know with this, I know what's in it. And it is designed not just for the hair, it's also designed for the scalp, but it's very lightweight. So, and it does help to close that cuticle layer. Now, a cream moisturizer has generally speaking, may have a lot of humectants, may have a lot of oils in them. So you can use both, but it really just depends on the type of liquid leave-in. I think that's the difference. So some liquid leave-ins, people just use a light liquid leave-in, and that's all their hair needs. They don't need anything heavier. But if you just want to use the cream moisturizer, then yes, you can use just the cream moisturizer, and that's it. You don't necessarily have to put on a leave-in and a cream moisturizer, or depending on what you're using it for or why you're using it, you can do both. You can spray your liquid leave-in, then you put on your cream moisturizer. I tend to use both. I use a leave-in first after I shampoo, and then I put on a cream moisturizer. And that's just because my hair is very, very dry because of my textures. But if you want to skip the leave-in and go to the moisturizer, it's fine. What you can do, and what you can do, if you like your cream moisturizer, but it's too thick, like for example, my hair now, I have the leave-in, I have a moisturizer, and I have my styling product. But I don't want to put my cream moisturizer on every day, because when I put my cream moisturizer, I have to touch my hair. That's going to disrupt my curl pattern. That's when but if I need to hydrate, that's when I just use this. I just give it a miss and I keep it moving. But if you don't have this, if you have a cream moisturizer that you like, but you want it a little more lightweight, all you have to do is take your moisturizer, add water to it, and mix it up. And then it's going to become more of a liquid moisturizer. It's just not going to be as thick, not going to be as heavy. Okay. Now, Princess wants to know, what tips do you suggest for someone with alopecia? The thing, Princess, with alopecia, there are so many different types of alopecia, right? It's so many different types. But if we're just using alopecia in general, people who deal with hair alopecia, that just means hair loss. What I suggest, and this is why I don't know when you joined me, but I'm about to do a class next year that's going to be geared toward hair loss, hair growth, hair regrowth, hair care, and everything in the middle. But when you're dealing with any type of alopecia, anyone who's dealing with hair loss, you should always take an internal approach first, which means if your hair is thinning, if your hair is not growing the way it used to, then it's something, generally speaking, you should check to see what's going on within your body. And a lot of times you can do that by getting blood work, like when you go and do your annual exam. What's your iron level? That's a big one that really affects our hair. Iron is like the number one nutrient deficiency that leads to hair loss. Number one, like in the world. That was the last research I read. Number one nutrient deficiency is iron deficiency. So check your iron levels, check vitamin D. Vitamin D has a lot to do with hair loss and hair growth. And if you are Black, I know every time I went to the doctor, my doctor said, "Oh, your vitamin D is low." I just heard it all my life. Vitamin D is low. Vitamin D. That actually affects your hair too. So check the blood work. You can check hormones. Whenever there's an imbalance within the body, then your body needs to be balanced, or that has to be taken care of first. A lot of times medications may cause you to lose your hair. You can look up your medications and find out what the medication is causing your body to be depleted of. So the medication is like, on one hand, it's going to fix one thing, so to speak, but it's going to give you another thing, so to speak. And you can look up that medication and find out not what the side effect is what is it depleting within your body, and whatever it's depleting, replace it. So with alopecia, you really have to get to the root cause of why you're losing your hair, and that takes an internal approach. So poor circulation, like poor blood circulation. What I've learned, and part of what my class is going to be about, is stress. Like, we are stressed out. If you are a woman, we are dealing with so much stress. We're dealing with so much stress I don't even think God designed us to deal with. But we have like the stress of the world on our shoulders. And guess what it's doing? It's causing us to lose our hair. So all of these things, Princess, are some things that are maybe causing you to lose your hair. So after you take this internal approach, then you take the external approach. That's when you go to the products, because products have their place too. I would get a really good product line that is designed for people who are dealing with hair loss. I have my product line, Curl House. That's what I use. But there are just so many topical products that you can put on your scalp. But what happens when you take the topical approach only, as opposed to the holistic approach to dealing with your hair loss, is that when you take a topical product and you start using it, it's like, oh my God, this is working. But then you'll notice a month later, your hair is not growing the way it used to. That's because you just really address like one deficiency. That's it. You didn't really get to the root cause. So, Princess, I wrote a book called The Black Woman's Guide to Healthy, Thicker Hair. It's on my website. It's an ebook. You can purchase it. Everything is 20% off. If y'all didn't see that, all of the products are 20% off for, I call it the 12 days of Christmas. You may want to consider getting that book, because in that book, I also dealt with hair loss, and I give you 7 things that I did to restore my hair. 7 things that you can do yourself to help to restore your hair. Okay. So somebody said these are critical times, hard to deal with for sure. God knows, and thank God he is about to do something about it shortly. Yes, it is. I totally agree. These are critical times. It is. And for me, I'm a woman of faith, and I just believe my thing, even what I was talking about dealing with stress, I'm a prayer. I take it to God. I try to live out the scripture, pray about all things, worry about nothing, but pray about all things. I try to live that out every day, where I don't worry, but I take it to God. Okay, somebody's grades do not stay in place in the lock. They just poke out. Yes, they do, Daddy. Welcome to gray hair. You haven't figured out by now? Gray hair has a life of its own. It's not going to do what you want it to do. It's going to do whatever it wants to do. It doesn't care about you. That is gray hair. It's going to stick up. It's going to be wiry. You're going to have a beautiful style. You're going to have gray going in the opposite direction of what direction you want it to go in. Welcome to gray hair, and thank you for sharing your gray hair woes with us. Oh, I'm so corny, y'all. Okay. How would you moisturize a wash and go, or do you have to start over? Anita, that is a fabulous question. I just did this today, and I said, you know what? I need to do a video on how I moisturize my wash and go. Well, let me tell you what this looks like, Anita. In terms of a wash and go is one of these styles where once you disrupt your curl pattern, like if you're using a gel or something like that, that really makes that curl lock in. But once you disrupt it, or once you break the cast, then, then it kind of compromises the look. So in terms of moisturizing your wash and go, for me, you first have to know your moisture cycle. So y'all know what a moisture cycle is? I just did a short. I'm going to post it soon. And I have a YouTube video. My hair, my moisture cycle is not the way it used to. I have to really get in good and moisturize this hair every 2 to 3 days. So I can't go a full week and not moisturize my hair. So now what I do my wash and go. It's fabulous on day one. Actually, what you see now is a wash and go that I did. What's today? Thursday? I did it Sunday. I did it from scratch on Sunday. But today it was so dry because it had dried out underneath. So I put my moisturizer underneath. I sealed it. I went through my process, but it was super, super dry. So what I did, I do have to kind of start over, but not wash and start over. I just take a water bottle. I mist it. I put a ton of moisturizer in it. So on day one, it looks a little flat like this because I got a ton of moisturizer in it. But I took my water bottle. I took a big section. I wet it. I took my moisturizer. I put my cream moisturizer in it. And then I put my mousse in it and a little bit of gel. I did that this morning. So I guess that's kind of like starting over, but it's not, it's not starting over because I'm not washing it, but I'm kind of like resetting it to make sure that it is properly moisturized. So that's what I do. And it only takes about 5 minutes because I'm not combing it through, doing like section by section. I don't do any of that. I just kind of take 5 big sections, wet it with a water bottle, put the cream, put the styling product, and let it dry. Now, that's what I do. So in terms of the wash and go style, I'll also take a mist. Like before I go in, that's when I have to go in and like really, really do it. But like with each day, I'll either, when I take a hot shower, like the steam is just water, that helps to moisturize it, or I'll take my spray leave-in conditioner, give it a mist, and then put a little oil in it. So that's how I do it. Because again, with the wash and go, depending on what product you use, if you're using a really thick gel that really forms that cast around the hair, once you break the cast up, then depending on the gel, your wash and go, your curl may not pop the same. So that's why for some people with their wash and go, they do have to kind of start over because they like the cast that the gel gives. But depending on your texture, a lot of people can get 4 or 5 days out of a wash and go without moisturizing the hair. So to really go in hard and moisturize the hair, then you may have to, I would say, loosely start over. You may have to put that moisturizer in it like I did to really keep the hair hydrated. Okay, what products can I use to make my natural curly gray hair looser? Okay, Terry. Now, in general, your curls are going to do what your curls are going to do. So products in general, they have their place. But if your curl pattern is naturally tight, then You can put products in it that's going to help to elongate your curl pattern, but your curl pattern isn't going to change. But general rule of thumb, Terry, when you're using curling gels, I have a ton of them in my house everywhere, but curling gels or curling jellies tend to give a tighter hold. Mousses or a mousse is not as heavy as a gel. A mousse is not going to make your hair draw up as much. I did a few videos on how to do on using a mousse. And I have a beautiful fluffy wash and go. My curls they're stretched a little bit. They're not as tight, but using a mousse by itself my wash and go doesn't last as long. So yes. So anyway, to answer your question, if you want a looser wash and go, I would try a mousse. That's the first thing because it's lighter. And if it's too light, you can either mix it with a little bit of gel or you can take a mousse and mix it with a little bit of curling cream. But generally speaking, my opinion, curling gels tend to give you like a super defined wash and go. But it does make your hair draw up. I do have a video. You can band your hair too. It's a video somewhere on my YouTube channel that shows how you can actually stretch your curls, even if you use a gel. So anyway, Terry, a curling mousse. Try a mousse or a cream. Let's come up here. Okay, so let's see. Somebody said, thanks for the information. I love your shirt. Lions are my favorite. Where did you get it? Okay, I don't mind promoting what I have on. Let me show you what I have on, y'all. Let me let you see. This shirt, isn't that fabulous, y'all? That is purple. That is a purple lion. This is by Fourth Tribe, whoever asked that question. Fourth Tribe is in it. This is where I get my t-shirts. I love their products. Fourth Tribe. That is my shirt. Fourth Tribe. And I think the website is like, I think they're even on Instagram. Fourth Tribe, fourth_tribe.com. That's the shirt I have on. Fourth Tribe. Fabulous. Amazing brand. Just amazing shirts. They have a lot of shirts. So, Danita, you may want to check it out. Fourth Tribe. That's where I got it from. Okay, let's see. Not strawberry. Sherry berry. That's cute. How many times should I do a steam deep conditioner? I recommend deep conditioning once a week. I wouldn't do it more than once a week. So if you get in a habit, like I try to get in a habit of doing a deep conditioner every time I wash my hair, which is every 7 to 10 days. I don't do it every time, but I do it about once a week. So I would do a steam deep conditioner once a week. Okay, somebody has been, oh crap. Hold on, y'all. I lost my place. I'm moving along. Okay, I have been using aloe vera gel from the plan to pre-poo to detangle. Wait a minute. Okay, so Trish, you've been using aloe vera gel from the plan to pre-poo detangle? Yes, you can use, I don't know if that's a question or a statement, but yeah, I don't know what the plan is, but yeah, you can use aloe vera gel even to pre-poo. Like a lot of these products, we try to give regimens on how to use certain things, but a lot of these products like that ACB rinse is so many different ways you can use that. The aloe vera gel is great because of the gel, the consistency of the gel. It will help to detangle. So and even for the pre-poo. So the pre-poo is what you're doing before you shampoo. So preparing your hair for the shampoo, you can absolutely use the aloe vera gel. So Trish, are you saying that has been helpful for you? If so, let me know, because if it's been helpful for you, I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna turn around and do a YouTube video on it. So if you could drop in the comments below exactly how you use that aloe vera gel so I can go out and do it too and do a video on it, please let me know. Okay, Fourth Tribe. Okay, thanks, Danita. So if the fourthtribe.com, where I got my shirt from. So that's somewhere. If you're only on Instagram, because I'm on Instagram too. That's where I got my shirt from. Fourth-tribe.com. So actually, Danita put the website. Great, go out and get the shirt. Fabulous. Okay, let's see. Okay, Ray Lewis. Hi, Karen. I'm loving the answer question. Can you go over massaging your scalp? Corliss. Oh, Corliss. Hey, Corliss. Oh, okay. I know you ain't gonna let me do it. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. I was looking at someone. Massaging your scalp. So, massaging your scalp. This is something else. Somebody asked a question about doing a scalp massage and the importance of doing a scalp massage. So, a scalp massage can have a ton of benefits, right? So, if you are, for everyone who may be dealing with slow growing hair or hair loss or dry and itchy scalp, a scalp massage is fabulous for you. And all a scalp massage does, like a scalp massage, this is all it is. Nothing fancy. It is literally massaging your scalp. This is it. Excuse me. Do you think you can, excuse me, y'all. Can you, oh, I'm sorry. Can you get that, the scalp, can you go in there and see if you can get that scalp massager, the electric one? And then the Curl House one too, please. Yeah, what? The Curl House one too should be in there. The electric one should be in there too in a box. If you see it, if not, don't worry about it. So, okay. So anyway, what I was saying is that, oh, let me, wait, I can post that there. Okay. The scalp massage. So a scalp massage is so beneficial if you're dealing with any hair issue. And even if you're not dealing with hair issues, it helps to increase blood circulation to the scalp. And that's what your scalp needs to regrow hair. Scalp blood circulation, and that's what the scalp massage does. So as I was saying, there's some things that you can do, like hair growth is an inside job. So regrowing your hair comes from the inside, maintaining your hair comes from the outside. So if you are massaging your scalp, that is going to increase the blood circulation to your scalp to help to improve growth. And all it is you can do it 3 different ways. You can use it with your fingers. Just use your fingers in a circular motion to massage your scalp. I think, Corliss, you have my product line. You can use it with the product line. If you're using the growth drops, and I think I have it written up there, put the growth drops on your scalp and massage it in. That's going to help. You don't see the other one, the gray one, the electric one. Okay, that's going to help to it's going to make the growth drops even more powerful because you have the botanicals in the growth drops. Then you're using your fingers to massage it in. It gives you even better results. There are different ways that you could do the massage. I actually have I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, Corliss, but I have a video on Instagram that I showed the 3 different ways to do a scalp massage. One is with your fingers. The second one is using the Curl House scalp massager. You can see this. This is great. This is also great for lifting up build up off your scalp. You really want to clean your pores. So this is massages and it helps to exfoliate. And I have an electric one. I don't know where it is, where if you don't want to do all that, if you just want to turn it on and let the tool do the work, then you could do that too. If my husband finds it, I'll bring it over, but he's trying to look through all of my crap. I can go over there. I know where it is like this. I know where my stuff is, my chaos, but he can't quite find it. But anyway, so yes, and that's all you do. You can do it for 5 minutes, 4 or 5 times a day. There was a study, I think the study came out of Japan on, it was a very small study. I think it was only like 9 or 10 participants, men, not women. They massaged their scalp for 24 weeks, I believe, 24 weeks. So of course it was the control group, and the group of men that massaged their scalp for 24 weeks, they had noticeably thicker hair. Now my other career, my other life, I was a researcher at VCU at a local university. So I'm like a research person. I love reading statistics. I love reading research, but this was actually published in a journal. And it was all about the benefits of a scalp massage. And it actually showed that ultimately the scalp massage improved growth. Because again, scalp massage increases blood circulation to the scalp. And that circulation is what your scalp needs to grow. And also, scalp massages helps if you deal with dry stuff on your scalp. It also helps to exfoliate the scalp, to lift up the crap off your scalp so that your pores are able to, I don't like to use the word breathe. I hate that word. Um, but anyway, your pores are open so that your scalp can get what it needs to grow hair. How about that? Hey, Edward, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Okay, JLJ, by the way, I inserted a water shower head filter base on the problem that you have with your, thank you. So JLJ, I've been dealing with some hair challenges, y'all, from hard water in my shower, and I have not looked for a shower head yet. I'm doing this in stages. A few people have recommended a shower head, so thank you for that recommendation, because I am going to purchase one soon. Sharon said, will your system work for baby fine thin hair? Yes, it will work for baby fine thin hair. So yes, it will. In terms of the product, so the shampoo, again, it's, you wash out the shampoo, but it's great for all hair textures. The conditioner is well. It's not, it is a moisturizing conditioner. So the shampoo and conditioner, Sharon, are fine. The the products that you leave in, are both very lightweight. So I was telling people about the leave-in conditioner. It's not a leave-in conditioner that's going to weigh your hair down. It's a very, very lightweight conditioner. And for some people, they even put a heavier conditioner over it. It is a lightweight conditioner, and it was really designed like that on purpose so that your conditioner doesn't reclog your scalp. So a lot of moisturizers and oils and butters are very, very heavy. Fine for your hair, but you don't want all of that on your scalp. You don't want to clog your pores. So this conditioner is light enough where you can spray it on your scalp and it's not going to build up and it's not going to clog the pores. So if it's light enough for your scalp, it is definitely light enough for your baby fine hair. And the same thing with the growth drops. They are not oil based. They are water based, and they can be applied every day without buildup. So to answer your question, Sharon, yes. Okay. Hey, Instagram, just checking in with everyone. All right. Coming on down to my questions. April, great. Loving life with the word. How do you strengthen the beard? Hey, how you like them apples? I have a bald head, which I'm cool with, but how do I grow this healthy beard? Okay. Great question. Great, great question. Okay. So I wish I could just grab my other half over here, but he's giving me the evil eyes with a beard. But anyway, how do you strengthen the beard? Now, love and life. Do you have holes in your beard, or are you just trying to grow your beard? So I don't know. So I'll just answer both. So just in terms of the beard is hair, right? So a lot of times the beard may be more coarse than what's on your head. So, but beard is hair. Your beard needs moisturizer. So when I say moisturizer, I mean something that contains water, not oil. But a moisturizer is a water-based product. So there are countless products out there for countless moisturizers. So you want to I want you to treat your beard. You don't have any hair, but treat your beard with TLC, right? Because your beard may be very dry. You want to wash it with a shampoo, sulfate-free shampoo, once a week. I know you'll get it wet in the shower, but wash it once a week. Condition it once a week. And then each day you want to put in a leave-in conditioner or moisturizer. Now, and you can actually put a very light oil. So just as I was saying earlier, how you can seal in moisture for your hair, you can do the very same thing with your beard. You can put a very light oil. A light oil, it's like a jojoba oil, would be light enough for your beard. Now, if you are dealing with patchiness, I don't have this here, so I'll just tell you, and then you might have to send me a DM or do a Google search. If you're dealing with patchiness in your beard, then look into a derma roller or a micro needle. That is, if you're dealing with the patchiness, like if you have some hair growing here but no hair growing there, look into a micro needle. That is a tool that it's needles, but it shouldn't hurt. But don't be afraid of the word needle. But if you use it in the area that is patchy, And if you still have active hair follicles in that area, it is going to help to promote growth in that area. You can put a product on your scalp that's going to help with growth. My husband uses the Curl House Follicle Stimulating Growth Drops on their beard. I have several men that use the growth drops on their beard because, again, it is water-based and it is hydrating. But you want to treat your beard with TLC because a beard is very fragile and it's drier. So make sure you moisturize it. If you're dealing with holes, look into Derma Roller. You can look into that, or micro needle. Make sure you moisturize. Make sure you do light oil on your beard, and make sure you cleanse your beard because it is hair. Somebody has a Trish stylist question. Are you asking, do you need a stylist? Do you want to be a stylist? Okay, let's see. Jasmine wants to know, how come after shampooing my hair, it itches? Even if I oil my scalp a day later, it still itches. So that, Jasmine, if your scalp is itching, the first thing, again, you always look on the inside. So if you're dealing with itchy scalp and if you're shampooing your hair, first of all, I would ask you, what type of shampoo are you using? There are moisturizing shampoos and there are shampoos designed for the scalp. You need a shampoo that's designed for the scalp. If you're dealing with dry, itchy scalp, you need something that's going to address your itchy scalp. There are many shampoos. This is designed for the scalp. So you need a scalp care shampoo, not a moisturizing shampoo. You need both. But if you're dealing specifically with the scalp, use a shampoo that's designed for the scalp and a moisturizing shampoo for the hair if you're dealing with your dry, itchy scalp. Now, if you wash it and if it itches a day later, then let me see, even if I oil my scalp a day later, it still itches. Well, what type of oil are you using? Oil is not the answer for everything. You have to figure out, well, why is your hair itching? Is it because you're producing too much oil? If you have a condition called seborrheic dermatitis, and I don't know, this is just as an example. If your scalp is producing too much oil and you're getting too much buildup, you're washing it, right? You're rinsing the oil, you're cleaning your scalp, and then you're going to turn around and put more oil on it when you're already dealing with an overproductive sebaceous gland. So I would hold tight on the oil. This is general because I don't know your situation. But if you're putting oil on the scalp and it's not working and it still itches, then oil is not the answer. I would do something more water-based. I would do more plant botanicals on the scalp that's going to help to address the itchiness of the scalp. And also, I would also consider the diet. What are you eating? Are you eating a lot of foods that have a lot of yeast in them? Are you eating foods that are creating inflammation in your body? Because when you have inflammation in your body, it's also affecting your it's affecting your scalp. So I would look at what foods are you eating. So it generally speaking, I would minimize the dairy. I would minimize the processed foods. And I'm saying minimize, I don't know if you're doing any of these things, but I would minimize dairy, minimize processed foods, and minimize foods that have a lot of yeast in them, because that may be what's on your scalp, yeast or fungus. You need something to remove it from your scalp. So I would not run to oils if you have dry, itchy scalp. I wouldn't run to all oils because sometimes the oil might exacerbate the problem. But the itchiness on your scalp, it may be something internal. Okay, let's see. Love, okay, love and live in the word. Okay, so water. No, all water is not the same. No, no, it is not the same. In terms of overall health, in terms of water, I like water that's more alkaline. Um, there is an amazing water company called Indulge. I put videos on them all the time, and they're on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram if you're not on Instagram under Curl House. I don't do as much on YouTube, but I prefer alkaline water. I prefer alkaline water and or purified water. That is my preference for overall health, alkaline water. There are many different brands out there. Indulge is one that I like, but alkaline water. I also like Fiji water as well. But generally speaking, without putting brands out, your alkaline water that has like a higher pH as opposed to stuff that's more acidic. A higher pH, a 9, a 8, a 9 in terms of alkalinity. That's what I recommend for overall health. And you can actually taste the difference. If you drink a lot of water, you can taste the difference. Let me taste the difference. Alkaline water. Let me see what we got up here. Does either of them have rosemary? Yes. Auntie, I think I don't know if you were asking about, you said, does either of them, I kind of looked away, does either of them have rosemary? If you're talking about my product line, they have rosemary, and the growth drops is the rosemary extract, not the oil. So everything is water-based. And the shampoo conditioner is rosemary essential oil. It's a little bit, a tiny bit of rosemary essential oil, and it's no rosemary in the leave-in conditioner, if that's what you're asking about. Okay. Let's see. So kicking it with Lynn, you just did your scalp massager. It's wonderful. Yes. What type of scalp massager? Is it the electric one? Hold on. I'm new to your channel. I've been watching so many videos. Kicking it with Lynn. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, a scalp massager. I don't know if you use an electric one. I don't know if you use a handheld one, but the electric one is just, the electric one is easy. I like this one too. And hands is work. But yeah, a scalp massage, it also feels great. Terry Howard, are there any moisturizing mousses? I tried one. It was kind of drying. The one that's moisturizing, the one that I use, have you tried the Design Essentials Curl Enhancing Mousse? That one, to me, it's not super dry. I've used other ones. Like I just use, and I'm gonna do a video on this. I just use the DOUX mousse. And because I just put a video on where I had to trim my hair, and I used the dew and my hair looked super full. It's because I used the mousse as instructed with no moisturizer. So I tried to use it the way the company promoted that you use it. Use it by itself. It's like a 3-in-1 styler, and it was too dry when used by itself. My hair looked good, but it was just super dry. So if you try the Design Essentials Curl Enhancing Mousse, that's more moisturizing in my opinion. I don't know which one you use, but that's the one I use. Let's see. You said Dove has an anti-itch shampoo that works really good if you mix it with the olive oil before you wash. That's a very great suggestion. So somebody asked about their scalp itching. So Dove has an anti-itch shampoo that works really good if you mix it with olive oil before you wash. So Love and Live the Word is suggesting that you mix it with olive oil before you wash, and that sounds like a fantastic suggestion. Earlier I talked about the benefit of mixing oils. Like you can take shampoos and you can take conditioners, you can add oils to them and step them up a level. A lot of companies don't put a lot of oils in their products, or heavy oils in their product, to make them a little more universal so that everyone can use them regardless of the hair texture. But you can start mixing oils. Like our hair does love oils. You can mix them in your shampoos and in your conditioner. So that's a suggestion for the person who was dealing with that itchy scalp. But again, it is important to take a holistic approach. And in addition to the scalp, consider what you're doing on the inside. Somebody has a question. You'll be starting your second career at cosmetology school. Congratulations, Trish. I did the same thing. We'll focus on natural hair. Hey, exactly what I did as a career stylist and hair professional. Any advice? Yes, I have some advice. I think it is awesome that you are becoming a cosmetologist specializing in natural hair, because we need you. There are not a lot of people who specialize in natural hair. As a hairstylist, I can say, specializing in natural hair, I had more than enough people. I think it's great that you're doing it, that you are going to cosmetology school and focusing on natural hair. And I would suggest, as a hairstylist, focusing on natural hair, don't focus on the styling. Make sure you're educated and you be knowledgeable about how the person can take care of her hair. That's how I believe I grew the way I did as a natural hairstylist, because I did great hairstyling, but it's not enough to be a great hairstylist. You have to be an educator. Know hair, go beyond styling. Know hair, know how to take care of the hair, know how to maintain the hair. Your stylist should come in, your client should come in and because of you, know how to take care of their hair. Like, I only really started coming to YouTube when I retired styling hair. But with COVID hit in 2020, my clients were okay because I styled their hair, but they knew how to take care of their hair at home. So that's the advice that I have for you. You can always send me an email, and I would love to give you some more information on that. You can find my email somewhere in my bio on YouTube. Jasmine, check the water filtration system in the shower. Does your skin itch as well? Remember, growing up, mom used to wash our hair in the sink. The water from the sink is different from the shower. Yes, love and live. That's what happened to me. That's what I'm going on now. That's also a very good suggestion in terms of the itchy skin. I have hard water now in my shower that has really affected my hair, and I'm on the process of restoring my hair from the hard water in my neighborhood, in my shower. So very, very, very good suggestion as well. Let's see. So she said the skin never the skin never itches. It's the scalp. Yeah, because the scalp, just the in terms of cellular regeneration and in terms of the hair follicle, yes, scalp is skin, but just in terms of in terms of the in terms it's more of a follicular issue. It's your follicles in your scalp, in terms of how the follicles in your scalp are different from everywhere else on your body. So, which is why when I say it's important that you really do a self check to determine what's going on within your body that may be affecting your hair. That is so important. In terms of dairy, processed foods would be my top two. I don't know anything about your diet, but if you are dealing with constant itching on your scalp, then that may be the culprit. And if you're going, I mean, there could be many reasons, but a lot of time itching has a lot to do with your nerves too. So that's a whole other issue. You can definitely send me an email as well if you want additional information on that. Let me see. I think I said welcome, kicking it. Let me check up here on IG. Okay, if y'all have any questions, y'all let me know, because YouTube down here is rolling. Natural spring water is great as well. Yes, somebody asked a question about water types. Natural spring water. And natural spring water does taste very natural. It does taste I taste different types of water. It does taste very natural. Just the alkaline water for me makes me feel great. It does. Generally speaking, in terms of water, tap water just ain't it. Natural spring water, alkaline water, top two. Kicking it with Lynn, yes, electric. Yeah, I wish I could find my electric massager, girl. It is everything, everything. Okay, you're welcome, Jasmine, and you're welcome, Miss Terry. Okay, so let's see. My hair breaks no matter what I do. It is often dry, and it remains short and broken off badly in certain areas of my head. In one area, it seems not to grow at all. Okay, now you got a loaded question. This is a loaded question. I don't know if you're just now joining me, but this question I talked about earlier, that I am launching a class next year, early next year, on health and hair. And I'm hoping I put it some, let me see, let me put it. I have an email listserv. I encourage you to join it. Because I'm reading your question, and it's like I'm thinking about this class. When I hear this stuff all the time, my hair breaks no matter what I do. So there are different reasons that your hair break. There is one hair loss disorder that is directly correlated to hair breaking, right? One. But outside of that, if we're just looking at hair in general, your hair breaks. So hair that outside of the hair loss disorder, and so that may be it, but in general, outside of that, if your hair is breaking a lot, then that's what you do to your hair. So it's different. We got different things going on. So you said in one area it seems to not grow at all. That's internal. So hair growth is everything that goes on the inside. Hair maintenance or hair, I guess length retention rather, is everything that's on the outside. So it's two different things going on. That is why I'm doing this class next year to address hair loss, hair growth from the inside out. So if the hair is not growing at all, one area that's not growing at all, that could be a texture. Your texture may be different in that area. So for example, the top of my hair, you can't see it. But when I first went natural 15 years ago, I couldn't understand why the top of my hair was so dry and why it didn't grow the same and why it would constantly break off. I was treating that one area the way I treated all of my hair, but I had two different textures. So when you have two different textures, you have to treat your textures differently. So if you have parts of your hair that's not growing, it's first an internal issue. That particular area, if it's not growing, we have what's called, or just generally speaking, people will say, oh, that's my stress area. That area breaks off a lot. That's still internal. So just hair growth, I would consider lifestyle, medications that affects your hair. Medications makes your hair, can stop your hair from growing, even in particular areas. Medications can do that. Stress can do that. Poor diet can do that. Poor blood circulation can do that. We talked a lot about scalp massaging. What you want to do, Rakia, is make sure that you are massaging that area that's not growing, applying something topically to it to help stimulate growth. You can do rosemary oil mixed with a carrier oil, like castor oil helps with that. Peppermint oil helps with that. The Curl House Follicle Stimulating Growth Drops helps with that. So take a two-pronged approach. So that's what you're doing topically, massaging the hair. The internal part, again, would be reducing the stress, considering what you're eating, exercising, looking at medication, seeing what type of side effects that has. In terms of your hair breaking off, hair breakage has everything to do with how you're maintaining the hair. So you said your hair is often dry, and it may be dry. I don't know your curl pattern. The tighter the curl, the drier the hair. So people with really, really tight curl patterns have a hard time maintaining moisture, because the tighter the curl pattern, the harder it is for your natural sebum to travel down your curl pattern, just making your hair drier. So if you do have super, super dry hair, what I would recommend in general, make sure you are using moisturizers that have humectants in it. For example, vegetable glycerin is one. Honey is another one. Aloe vera is another one. These are ingredients that's going to keep your hair hydrated longer. I would also put an oil in the hair. You can seal with an oil, or you can even seal with hair grease. Yes, I said hair grease. Not on your scalp, on your hair. You can seal with grease. Grease gives like an almost impenetrable barrier. So grease, it's heavy. Like, I'm not a big grease person, but not on your scalp, even though grease is actually comedogenic. So it doesn't actually clog your scalp the way we think it does. But anyway, focus, Karen. But you can put a moisturizer seal with an oil or a butter, like a shea butter. And if you're doing that, you said, and it remains short and broken off badly, making sure that you are getting a trim, because if you don't trim, your hair only splits higher up the hair shaft. So you can do that as well. I don't know how much hair you have, but if your hair is very dry, you want to do more low manipulation styles to help you to retain some of the length. Low manipulation or protective styles. I'm not sure how long your hair is, if you have enough for 2-strand twist, for example. So once you put moisturizer, put your oil or your butter. You could put a little bit of styling product, twist it up, and leave it alone. That will help you get some length. If you want more information, you can definitely send me an email to info@curlhouse.com. But a lot of times, again, hair breakage is what you're doing to the hair. So if it's dry, you have to know your moisture cycle, right? So everyone's moisture cycle is different. So whereas one person can moisturize their hair every 5 days and they're good, another person might have to moisturize it once a day. I mean, every day. So everyone so a lot of times it's not the moisturizer you're using. You don't know your moisture cycle. So for example, and I have a video on this somewhere on my YouTube channel. I have like 3 different plants in my house, and each plant has a different water cycle. One plant I water every 2 days. Another plant I water once a week. Another plant I water every 2 weeks. They're all different, but that's the water cycle. It's the same thing with your hair. If your hair is often dry, that's not uncommon. That just means you might have to moisturize it more frequently. So you have to know how often you need to moisturize. And if your hair is super dry, you may need to moisturize it daily. And that's not uncommon. And again, I do have videos on my YouTube channel, so I can see your from videos. Okay, I'm going to wrap up. I got a few more questions and then I'm going to wrap up. Oh, one so sweet. Oh, that's Myra. Oh, hey, that's you. Put your name with your YouTube name. Why does coconut oil make my hair feel crunchy? I'm about to do a video on that. I know you mentioned you would post a video about it, but could you touch on it? Yes, I am going to do a video on it. It's on my video list. Not everybody can use coconut oil. Some people love it, some people hate it. That's what it is. Coconut oil, it depends on it depends on what environment you use it in. I remember I used to put coconut oil on during the winter season. Well, I didn't realize it then, but I used to put coconut oil in my hair and I would walk outside and my hair was just hard as a rock. It was crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. It depends on the temperature outside. That's part of it, your environment. And it depends on the type of coconut oil. A lot of times coconut oil is one of those oils that will liquefy and then it will re-solidify. And so it will get harder. Like coconut oil can get rock hard. It all depends on the temperature. It all depends on where you live and the dryness in the air and even the dryness in your house. I'm definitely going to do a video on this. I promise you it's on my list. So not everybody can use coconut oil. Now you can use some people will put coconut oil on. Coconut oil gives your hair a very nice sheen. Some people will use it as a pre-poo. So even if you put coconut oil in your hair and sit under the hooded dryer not sit under the hooded dryer, put it in your hair the day before you wash your hair, using it as a pre-poo. Coconut oil, generally speaking, takes about 8 hours to penetrate your hair shaft to kind of get on the inside to help with protein loss. Now, I don't know if it makes your hair feel crunchy then, but then you wash it out. But that's why it depends on the humidity outside. Coconut oil will, if it goes on liquid and then it re-solidifies, it can get very, very rock hard. Even if you look at coconut oil in a tub and you feel it and it's hard, that's what coconut oil will do. And that's what it will do to your hair when it mixes with depending on the dew point outside, it can affect your hair. I promise a video is coming. Kicking It with Lynn said vitamin D, B12 is important for hair along with a healthy diet and drinking plenty of water. Amen. You got it. There you go. What is a good lightweight curl enhancer for baby fine hair? Baby fine hair, I recommend a mousse, as opposed to a cream, as opposed to a gel. The Design Essentials Curl Enhancing Mousse is very good. I consider it lightweight. And remember, Sharon, you don't need a lot of light, fine hair. Less is more. Again, Design Essentials Curl Enhancing Mousse would be great for baby fine hair. The Dew has a mousse, but I used it. I like it. I do like it. You just don't use a lot. Less is more. Less is more. Okay, let's see. I'm going to wrap up soon. Would your follicle stimulating product be sufficient alone to help with my hair breakage? Now, no. The follicle stimulating growth drops, if that's what you're talking about, I said no to that. It is great, but the hair breakage, now the follicle stimulating growth drops is designed for the scalp. So when you're using it for the scalp, it helps your hair to come in stronger and healthier because of all of the ingredients in it. It does help your hair to come in stronger. So yes, now hair breakage, you want to make sure that determine why your hair is breaking off. Again, mine broke off due to the hard water. So you have to figure out why your hair is breaking off. So if it's breaking off because it is dry, then you may need to do deep treatments. You may need to do a protein treatment. This is the video I'm going to post on YouTube on Saturday. A protein treatment is really, really important if you're dealing with hair breakage. And to the other person that asked about hair breakage too, I forgot to say that. A protein treatment will strengthen the hair. It will strengthen the hair. A protein treatment. AphoG is a great protein treatment. They have a 2-step protein treatment. AphoG. So that is what I recommend. A protein treatment, moisturizing the hair, and then do low manipulation styling. You may have to get a cut. You may have to get a trim. After you do that, do low manipulation styling. So when you're trying to get your hair back healthy, twisting and retwisting and updos and all that, you don't want to do none of that. You just want to kind of leave it alone, minimize it. So it is great. It is great for the scalp because it is going to strengthen the hair that's coming in. But no, you need more than the growth drops. I'm sorry, what was that?
Leave it alone for how long?
Oh no, she said alone. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So it's not sufficient by itself for hair breakage because it's great for the scalp, but you need to do something to the hair if you're dealing with hair breakage. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up here. Somebody saw a video telling us to drink 30 days. What was the outcome? What did you notice about your body? I noticed my body felt great. I felt clean after 30 days. I don't even know if I did an update. I'm going to do an update on that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I felt great. I took before and after pictures of my skin, but I don't think I ever posted them. My skin was like glowing. After that, I had, like, in terms of drinking water, I can go ahead and put this out here. It's fine. When I drink more water, I have more active bowel movements. Yes, I said that. I clean my body out when I drink more water. Okay, I'm using my proper words. So when you drink more water, that's what I did. I had more bowel movements. I cleaned myself out. I'm detoxifying myself. My hair was great. My skin was great. I'm going to do an update to that. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for popping in on the live. If you haven't seen, again, I am wrapping up. It's 8:30. I told my husband I would do an hour. Look, it's 8:40. He know I can't help myself, but he is hungry and we are ready to go out to eat. So know that my entire product line, y'all, is 20% off, 12 days of Christmas, no code necessary, 20% off. If you want to try the products, any of your products, this is the time. Thank you, IG, for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I'll be dropping a video on the importance of a protein treatment on YouTube on Saturday. If you don't follow me on YouTube, I'm on Karen of Curl House. If you don't follow me on Instagram, which I post more regularly, I am Curl House on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram as well. Okay, y'all. Happy holidays. Good to talk to you all. And I will be talking to you soon. Bye. Oh, wait a minute. Until we talk again, stay fabulous. Okay. Bye, y'all.